And hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Range Duels. And tonight we've got Abra going up against Team Ace. Now, one thing I want to mention, before going into the matchup, well, it is gonna be the map of Bind. Well, the defender's side is gonna be Team Ace, and the attacking side is gonna be Abra. So, what I wanted to mention was this is kind of a desperate situation for both of the teams because both of the teams they've lost one match and they've won one. So in order to actually go into the next stage of this competition, they need to win this one. So the pressure will be on both of the teams tonight. Aggressive, how are you feeling?
Honestly, I'm really excited for this matchup. Both of these teams, they've showed their worth through thick and thin, and they're finally back onto the server to prove that they really do deserve to go up and keep their hopes and dreams alive in this entire tournament. And now, as we are going to be heading down over into the agent selection, the biggest question is, will they be opting to go in for the exact same composition that's normally a staple for playing what they normally do play on the map of Bind, or will we be seeing something a little bit more different, something a little bit spicy? And I do see that the Sage is going to get picked up from the side of Team Ace, and maybe they have a plan on their mind. But at the same time, when you are playing with mixed up rankings in your entire team, it could be a really fun factor, but at the same time, Abracadabra.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, Faster, you already see this. They're
No,
going Roulette. Agent Roulette is on the server, ladies and gentlemen, and Abracadabra, they're going to actually pull a rabbit out of the hat for sure in this matchup.
Well, I don't think that's actually possible in this matchup, but nonetheless, from the side of Team Ace, as they've already locked in
Agent
all of
Roulette,
the agents, Star and Ace 7 going for the Sentinel picks. They're playing a double Sentinel once again. I played against them some days before, and we obviously lost to them, but I was really surprised seeing this comp. Only Ace-Ron going for this duelist pick. I kind of expected Az9 maybe, or maybe even Ace 7 to go for the duelist as well. But Ace-Ron does the drop. He gets those entries as well. He's just really good with Raze in the map of Bind. Now on the side of Abracadabra, their actual picks have come in. As we see Hermione going for the usual silver pick. Ayum the Raze. That's a little bit interesting. I've never seen him playing the Raze. I've only seen him going for the Sentinel role in the form of Killjoy. Repulse on the Cypher. Easy tap out is gonna be going for the Brimstone and Safin on the Jet. Now Safin on the Jet, he's really good with those entries, but sometimes he likes to go aggressive, which he normally gets punished for, but sometimes also he makes it work out. And Hermione, obviously, the main player coming in from Abracadabra. This guy is just insane. This guy is mad. Last night, I played against this guy, and I had no idea what I was actually going up against. He literally diffed the Sova out of me last night. I think he went for a 32 frag game, and he just carried his team on his back and went for the win. There was nothing much that we can do when you've got Hermione on the server, right, Chris?
Yeah, Hermione is one of those players that can absolutely demolish an entire roster by himself, primarily due to the fact that he has a lot of experience compared to a lot of the other players. The fact that he plays this game for a living and the fact that he is going to be on the server as well will prove to be one of the biggest obstacles for the side of Team Abracadabra to actually, not Abracadabra, Team Ace to actually try and overcome, because now, especially when he's on the Sova, he just has so much information to give to his teammates, plus just shock dart lineups. It just adds up slowly, bit by bit. And I'm really hoping to see that the side of Team Ace, they can perform a miracle to try and throw Hermione off his own game. Because if Hermione is not in his element, if he's not able to do the plays that he normally does, then I think that the side of Team Ace have a proper chance of counteracting Team Abracadabra. But with the start of the round now going on down through, and when you consider the composition, I feel as though the side of Abracadabra, they have a lot more advantages because, yes, the double Sentinel composition can work out, but if they find a proper game plan, things could go horribly wrong. But I feel as though now, side of Team Ace, they got a good chunk of damage, and with this damage, they're going to be able to do a lot.
Yeah, exactly, but we do see Abracadabra still committing towards his side. Revo's getting the first frag onto his mind, opening things up for Safin to go in for the dash super fast, though replying back onto Kayum. Safin with another one with the first one for himself. Scar, what was that push coming in from him? I don't get it, but he was just going all alone, getting the solo fight, and he got punished for it. Hermione with the shotgun is gonna take down super fast as well. 2v4 situation in favor of Abracadabra right now. Naruto trying to do some damage, but Hermione is gonna pick him off. The super diff comes in. Aceron is the only player that's left from Team Ace. He is playing super passive onto this hookup position. I think he's looking for exit, I guess. He already lost all
no,
hope
don't do it.
in a 1v4 situation. Hermione is ready with the knife. No way. No way this works out for him. Aceron's
Yeah,
still
it's
not
just
checking
over.
under him. He does take down.
Oh my God.
But not 3 players. Right now, we can see troll round coming out from Abracadabra.
Oh,
Knife is
Oh, yeah.
gonna go with the knife. And Safin is gonna be the one taking him down. That's what I don't like to call it BM because knifing is still part of the game.
Haunted. It's
But-
haunted.
It's still
It's
three of them.
haunted, man.
I don't know, man. But whatever the situation is, Team Abracadabra is still winning. Sharon, I mean, he did punish them for going for that knife, but Shafin, he couldn't get him. This time around, the buys are gonna come out from Abracadabra, while Team Ace has to go for the save.
I love the fact that sometimes when you go in for these type of plays, it always adds to the audience. It always adds to the fact that, oh my god, he's actually going for it. And all three of them, they just committed to that fact, and I love that. They got those kills. They got those kills. But you gotta be worrying about Aceron though onto the back end. A beautiful headshot out on towards the side of Sabin. And with that, it's just about the cleanup duty. Climb comes in from the sideline as well to get another kill for himself. And with that, yep, it's just the last 2 players remaining for the side of Team Ace. Not much that they can do here, especially considering that this is an eco round. So, in a way, it's just GG go next. Aceron got a kill, that's more than enough. 1 step closer down to a showstop, to say the least.
Yeah, once again, it was actually Hermione opening things up for Abracadabra, taking Aceron down. Mid situation, Asmine on the flank does take down Repo. Does take down easy tap out actually. Hermione with the shotgun's not gonna do any damage. 48 HP left for Asmine with the sheriff. Trying to do some damage to Hermione. The Recon is gonna come out. Hermione maybe going for another knife. No way! No way! Asmine is not gonna connect any of his shots. He will what is happening from the side of Abracadabra? Are they here to knife or just play the game? I have no idea, but whatever they're doing, it's just working out for them. Another knife comes out from Abracadabra and Team Ace. I don't know about them. If it happened to me, I would be really morally down, aggressive.
I think that this is the ideology that you should always follow, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes you need to make sure you make your opponent sit down and you bury them into the ground. Sometimes showing a little bit of BM like this just to assert your dominance will help a lot when it comes down to the mental factor of your team moving on down the line. Or it could be a double-edged sword that just backfires in a matter of seconds and your opponent team's just acing. Every single one of the players are just so mad that they're just gonna run down the side and just aim you down before you can do it. That's pretty much what should happen here. Tap out. Okay.
Whoa.
Wait a second, tap out. You don't do it like that. He just got a beautiful 2K for himself and tap out. This guy is on fire. Ish from this other side is gonna be able to get another kill for himself. Aceron's gonna be able to get a double for himself as well, evening things out for the side of the defenders. But Climb and Hermione, they're gonna be still alive. They're gonna be still kicking. And Guy, he's gonna be able to survive, get a kill down on towards the side of the Aceron. Hermione gets another one down towards the back end. It's just sheriffs galore, ladies and gentlemen. It's just gonna be Scar, last person remaining to try and close this one out. But against Kayam and of course Hermione, these 2 players are absolute beasts. But Scar, will he be able to do with those is gonna be the real question. The raid boss number 1 should be taken on down.
He's just looking for a top kill.
And Hermione, he's just chilling. He's just waiting for the spike. His buddy's gonna come on down through. And Hermione with a little bit of run and gun and a jumping shot from that sheriff. Hey, here's a game of Valorant, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes shots like that can hit.
Okay, I certainly did not expect that aggressive. In the first 2 shots, that was really unexpected. I did expect from Hermione, to connect those sheriff shots, but from tap out, that was really surprising. And I mean, I wouldn't be that surprised. He does have Hermione as his teammate, so I think he must have picked up some sheriff skills as well from him. This time around, Team Ace on the back foot on their economy. Doesn't have the full buys. Have Sheriff, Marshall, Spectre as well. On the other side, Tap out is tapping away. The players from Team Ace and Chaplin with 2 for himself as well. The B side is all opened up, only Naruto is left onto this elbow position. Can he do something with the Spectre? Ace on the flank, they have no idea whatsoever. Doesn't have the tripwire though to stop him. Naruto gets the first flag onto Caillou. For situation is very low. Chaplin aggressing over to the CT position. He's gonna take him down anyways. 3K for him. But what I'm talking about are those entries coming in from that Brimstone tap out. He just tapped away the players coming in from Team Ace, especially in that B-long position. Now it's all up to Aceron in a 1v4 situation with the Sheriff. There's nothing much he can do at this point. Maybe to go for some exit frags.
Yeah, he's around. He's just gonna be chilling, maybe getting himself 1 kill, but at the same time, he could just get knifed as well in the process. So you gotta be really careful. Yep, they're good for the knife. It's time, ladies and gentlemen.
No, not again.
Show.
No, I just feel bad.
Aceron has nothing.
No.
He needs to dip out.
No.
They're gonna be running on down, and Aceron just gonna be able to lead
Okay.
on how
Okay.
but what Aceron, you don't go against this man. You don't try to knife him, because if you try to knife him, he's gonna use this gigantic, ginormous brain that he's trying to keep on top of his shoulders, and he's gonna throw you in like that. Beautiful plays coming out from Aceron to try and, circumvent the knife, but hey, a little bit of a true Raze gameplay coming on down through, so really nicely done. But at the same time, you have to remember that Team Ace, they're in the worst possible position here. They have not won a single round, and this round is just so crucial to try and stabilize their momentum, to say the very least, in this entire matchup, because it feels as though the entirety of the side of Abracadabra, they have every single little bit of advantages that they could have under their belt. And if the tides don't change right here and now, the entirety of Team Ace, they're in a big downturn. Because you do need to remember here, Faxter, their composition has 2 Sentinels, and if the 2 Sentinels are not able to perform on the defensive side, their attacking side is just gone.
Yeah, exactly. That is. Please, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one because that's what I thought was gonna happen. But when they played against us, that's the opposite happened. But F7 is gonna make sure that the defensive side is also playing really well, taking 2 of the players from Abracadabra down. 3v4 situation. Hermione is still left from Abracadabra along with Caillou onto the B-long position. The Slorps are coming in, denying any push whatsoever onto Octagon. Naruto and his teammate H7 is holding this key angle onto B-long. H7 is super low right now. I think they are actually looking for this peg onto H7 on the spike as well. Ayumi is gonna get Naruto in the end as Mine snapping back onto him. But Hermione from Hookah does take down on Mine. 2v2 situation. 2 of the players from both of the sides are low right now. Naruto missing all. Never mind, Scar missing all of his shots. He's gonna get taken down by Hermione. The turret comes into place. E7 has all the info that he needs right now, but he is super low. Hermione peek to your left. Oh no! E7 is gonna be the one standing out on top of him, and getting the first round on the board for Team Ace. That was the crucial round coming in from them. Their economic situation is coming to be a bit stable right now. They are gonna be able to go for those buys. Maybe, I mean, I can see 2 Spectres coming in from Naruto and Scar. On the other side, Abracadabra, even though they have won 4 rounds in a row, but when they were just knifing away Aceron, he destroyed their economy in that round. That's what's paying them for them now. Okay. What is happening here? I think he wanted to go for a play, but does not have the ult to go for that, actually. But no, he is gonna take the repos anyways after the trade immediately, hitting that Ace side along with Hermione on the shower position. Naruto is gonna take down Tafin though. As Mine with the Sheriff, he's not gonna connect his shot. As easy tap out, he's gonna get taken down. Caillou with the 3rd one for his team. The tides have returned. I certainly did not expect that with that buy coming out from Abracadabra, but they're kind of making it work right now.
The biggest question mark was what really happened to Aceron there? What was the planning? And this guy never really pushes a corner without a plan, so very much questionable, but at the same time, you gotta be careful because Ish, he's still right there and he's still got it for the play. He wants to go in for a headshot, but tap out. He has the better angle. He had the counter strafe right at the very beginning, so he was gonna be the one to win everything out. And hey, tap out's like, hey, I don't even need to worry about my armor. He didn't buy armor in the last round. He was running a full glass cannon and he got 2 kills out of it. Beautifully done from Tap Out, but man, you don't gotta style on them that hard. Just take a chill pill. play it seriously. You gotta show a little bit of respect down to your own streamer friends from time to time. But here, I really am seeing Tap Out show out his true colors. This guy is an absolute headshotting machine when he's having a good day. And the fact that the entirety of Abracadabra are having a good day could just be the kryptonite that takes down the side of Team Ace, because they're not really able to go in for a proper answer on a lot of these rounds, and they need to be very much careful. But at the same time, Ish, yeah, it's
No.
poor old champion. He didn't even expect that to happen to him. Oh,
Okay. That's fine.
I know
With the second one?
where you are.
Does retrieve the Phantom from his teammate.
Enemy
Does take the
Beautiful.
rebound as well. Asman just turned this around. It's all up to Tap Out right now. In my 1v3, he does have the Phantom. A lot of smokes to play with. Does have the Molly and Steam Beacons as well. I think he's looking for that first pick. Does get Asmine.
Enemy
Does get
Oh.
Naruto.
oh,
One
nothing
v1.
is impossible. Nothing is
That
impossible.
is all that's left. What is happening in this match? Aggressive. Let's get the smokes out. He is going. They're gonna be going for this A side plan Scar now. Has to check every angle as he does not have any info whatsoever. But I think he will be hearing the plan just about now and will be rotating. But
Oh,
no,
this is
get
bad.
out. No way. No way he's expecting this. No! Scar is gonna be the one standing out on top in this 1v1. The second round will be coming out from Team Ace.
That was a little bit too close for comfort, and Scar had no business winning this round. He had absolutely no business winning this round. Tap Out also had no business winning out this round. The fact that he got those 2 kills, one onto Asmine and then another one onto Naruto, just goes to show that, hey, he was ready for that engagement, and he was like, I have the confidence, I have the aim, and I'm showing everyone what I can do today, ladies and gentlemen. And honestly, this guy and his raw aim is just absolutely incredible. It amazes me every single time, and I really question how the hell is he still stuck in Platinum. Like, that just mind boggles me whenever I see players of gold and platinum ranks being able to hit shots like this. Just makes me feel bad, dude. I'm an immortal and sometimes I just potato so hard, or even in these immortal lobbies, I find immortals that play worse than bronzes. Like, a lot of people out there can also agree with me on that, but Tap Out, the level of mechanical skill that he has, he can easily go way higher. He's showcasing that to us exactly here on this map in particular. But the thing is, mechanical skill is not only the thing that you need here. It feels as though Team Ace, they're slowly but surely trying to understand what Abracadabra are doing. They're trying to figure out the tricks behind their magic. And feel as though they're getting there slowly but surely, but they need to try and step up as quickly as possible, because on this 25 scoreline, unless they pull off a miracle and they pull off a comeback right here and right now, Faxer, it could be their downfall, because once again, on Bind, you want to have a 7-5 scoreline in your favor, especially when you're on the defensive side, because this map is heavily defensive side.
Bomb buddy out.
Mentioned earlier, they do have 2 sentinels as well. So yeah, they do need defensive rounds, but Hermione is not gonna listen to them. He is just gonna go in and take down his 7 just like that. The confidence on this man as a Sova that I will never be able to replicate anywhere. I don't know how this guy actually does it, but already 1 man down. Team Ace is on the back foot right now. They're kind of confused with the rotations coming. And Asmine though is gonna even things out, taking down Qayyum. Scar onto Elbow is gonna get the heal down onto him, taking him back to 100 HP, but easy tap out!
How
With the
do you see
cheeky
him?
angle. Yeah, I don't get it. How do these guys see each other and get those headshots in so frigging fast? Ace on the other side is gonna take down Shafin as well, turning into a 4v3 situation in favor of his team. Now the rotations are coming in. The read is there from Aceron, as Naruto and Aceron already onto CT, Scar onto Elbow. They're gonna play for this retake as they do have the man advantage right now.
They need to play for this B side, but at the same time, this Oval is gonna be popped and Tap Out's gonna be on the receiving end of a lot of pain, but Tap Out doesn't get hit. Naruto! He's just not gonna be able to find that Sova ultimate on towards him. The Hunter's View, he's not gonna get a lot of value down towards the back end. It's gonna be a beautiful shot coming up from the side of Scar. Good swing and good movement to dodge out the shots coming on through from the side of Tap Out. But Tap Out at the same time, I believe that he had a little bit of a technical difficulty, so no harm, no foul. Now it's just going to be another point to swing. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. Hermione's going to be able to get that first initial kill, but down in this 1 versus 3 situation, it's going to be quite difficult to try and go in for a play. Shotguns are going to down in. He's holding that off angle, and he doesn't need to worry about a thing. Naruto. He's gonna be able to get out that clutch, but at the same time, Hermione, he could have just used his ultimate to try and circumvent that. I believe that he couldn't really hear the spike defuse because of the Astro ultimate, so it's completely fine. But at the same time, he could have taken that chance. I believe that he didn't want to play it risky, just wanted to go in for that swing, save his ultimate for the next round, where they know for a fact that they can get a lot of value out of it. Or he can now opt to go in for a full-on eco, and then in the following round, use his 100 speed to go in for a proper entry, or play for a proper post.
Well, easy tap out already takes out of 7 ultimate orbs done. He can actually get the ultimate this round. They can go for a fast plant and then maybe use the Hunter's Fury as well as that orbital strike coming out from the Brimstone to delay that post plant setup. And that retake coming in from Aceron and might even be able to win this one out. But they have to be really smart about it and be really safe. But Hermione is not gonna listen to me, as Azmine will be the one getting the first frag for his team onto Hermione, taking that big dog down from Abracadabra. Ayum just trying to land some shots, but no, he is gonna have to fall back after getting tagged down to almost 50 HP. Tap out right now onto this market position, trying to get control of Hookup, but Pulse and Safin is onto Showers. They're kind of confused right now, I should say. Abracadabra, they do not know what they're doing because the spike from Tap Out is onto Hooker, but all of the other players from Abracadabra, they're progressing onto this A side as mine is gonna get the second frag onto Sharpin. This guy does not mess with the Phantom. Equals though, he's gonna pop up that cam, trying to get any info whatsoever. Azmine with the 3Ks up for an ace. Takes down Ayum as well, but no, Naruto! He's gonna deny him any ace whatsoever, but it's still a nice 4K coming out from Azmine, you know, ensuring that round for his team, and the 4th round is on the board for teammates.
A really good round from some teammates right then and there, and I kind of like that play from the side of Azmine as well, because he opted to go in for that swing on towards the angle of Shower, knowing for the fact that Hermione's of course going to be opting to go in for his own ego swing. But the thing is, what Azmine did different in comparison to Hermione is that he waited for Hermione to get a little bit complacent, because what happens whenever you're trying to swing on towards the side of Shower? You try to take a swing fight against your opponents right at the very beginning. They're the ones at the advantage because they're the ones taking the swing. And the fact that Azmine actually waited for Hermione to go in for that full swing, waited for him to get into position, and then went in for his own swing, allowed him to have the best possible advantage to try and win out that fight. And after that, it's just cleanup duty. Just as it's cleanup duty for the side of S7. But Safian, he's gonna be the one to take the backseat here. Quam's gonna be the one to get that kill down onto one guy. I'm gonna try to go in for another one, but Azmine, that spray control is gonna be absolutely beautiful. That's another reverse kill down onto Repulse. Azmine, what is this guy on? What did he have for dinner? And what is he having for coffee right now? Because this guy, he is on fire and hitting shots that he should not be hitting and getting away with kills that he should not be getting away with, ladies and gentlemen. And now the raid boss is going to be present. It's going to be Hermione with only 1 HP, and Aceron with that spray and with that crab walk is going to be able to take him on down, take it down over to the 5-5 scoreline, the expected scoreline that we were thinking about here, Faxter, because these two teams, they're very evenly matched when it comes down to their raw firepower, and they have a lot of talent on both of their sides. But at the same time, the thing is, the entirety of the side of Team Abracadabra, they're going in for the same strategies over and over again, and that doesn't really work out against the team of Team Aceron's caliber. They will constantly adapt to strategies, and that's what Aceron does best. If you allow him to adapt to different strategies, you're going to be the one in for a lot of hurt. And Aceron, yeah.
Okay, no, not again.
He's going to throw it out. The raid boss has been taken on down, ladies and gentlemen. Take a backseat, Hermione, because Aceron's in the house.
Aceron actually making it work this time. I don't know what happened the last time, but this time around, he takes down Hermione, the actual star fragger from Abracadabra, and that's a big hit coming in from him. Azmine, though, with the second frag onto Repulse, does have new hall control, but Naruto made the call. The rotation is on the cards for Team A. The plant is gonna go down. Never mind. Aceron is gonna not let that happen. With 2 kills for himself. all up to Safin right now, and the
Poor
nade is
Safin.
gonna catch him off guard. The sixth round comes on board for Team Ace. It was a safe round coming in from Abracadabra, but still the scoreline is what you expected. Aggressive. It is going for a 7-5, and that is what Team Ace needs right now. The momentum has already been shifted to their side, and if they can actually carry that onto the attacking half as well, I think they got this in the bag. But you know, along with Hermione, Abracadabra, if Kayu and Repulse, Safin tap out, they can also step up and do their things properly that Hermione needs at the right time. I think we might be seeing a comeback from them as well.
You need to switch up their strategies because their strategies are getting a little bit too stale for even my own comfort, and this stale strategy can be a really bad thing, but dodging out Hermione's 100 Furies, that's nearly impossible there, Aceron. You're not gonna be able to survive for long, and with that, that's gonna be the first initial dodge. And look at Asmite! You're gonna get 2 kills, but Asmite's not gonna be able to find those 2! And instead, it's gonna be Repulse being able to get that trade-off almost immediately, be able to take down one, but down from the back end, it's gonna be Hermione getting a couple kills for himself. Whips out his own classic to try and get a kill on Ish. And now Tap Out's gonna be able to add insult to injury, throwing out his ultimate in a spot where Ish cannot run away to. It's either going into the fire or into the frying pan itself, ladies and gentlemen. And it feels as though the fire was a little bit too hot for Ish, so he went into the frying pan instead, into the waiting arms of Tap Out. A couple of good bullets coming on down from him as well. 6-6 on the scorecard, ladies and gentlemen, for both of these teams in this match. It's actually spicing up to be a really close one. Initially, I thought that this was going to be a one-sided affair, but now, I don't think that's going to be the case here, Paxton.
Yeah, 6-6. I actually never thought it's gonna be one-sided because, you know, from the side of Abracadabra, you've got that one-man army who is Hermione, but from the side of Team Ace, you've got those 3 players I should mention: Azmain, Aceron himself, and Ish7, who are the star fraggers for their team, and they like to, you know, go for those clutches as well. They go for those plays, as we saw Azmain getting those 4Ks and Aceron as well with the ults. But if they want to be dominating in this attacking half, they need some good strats up their sleeve. But Naruto, with the run and gun, is gonna get happen with the classic. I have never been able to successfully run and gun with the classic, but somehow Naruto did that in this round. Azmain though gets taken down to 50 HP. Both of their players are low from the side of Team Ace. They're still playing it very slow, not really committing to any side. Aceron just walking solo onto this new position is gonna get punished by Kaiyum. The raise death comes in. Scar has to fall back as well. Azmain already up to full HP with the heal coming in from Scar. 4v4 situation, we are at a standstill. Now Team Ace once again looking to commit to this Ace side. 4 of their players are onto this A short and shower region combined. Hermione with the rotation that was not in the cards for him. That is not gonna play out well for him. As the execute is gonna come out from Team Ace with the darts coming in. Tap Out getting one for himself. Ish7 with the trade. 3v3 situation. The wall is gonna come out from Scar. The plant is gonna go down. Kaiyum has made the call. They're going for the retake. Hermione looking hungry. He has the ghost. He's gonna check those angles. He's gonna take down. Never mind. Super fast with the super fast tapping abilities. This is gonna take all 3 of them down in a somewhat collateral manner, and then getting the round for Team A. 7-6 is the scoreline. We certainly did not expect this. We initially thought it would be a 7-5, and then maybe Hermione will be Abracadabra will be able to come back. But Team Ace is still on the momentum coming in from the defensive half, and they're looking strong. They're looking angry with all those knives coming out from Abracadabra, and they're not looking to stop aggressive.
Yeah, these guys are actually running down the fort so well, and the fact that they're able to run them down this beautifully, this goes to show that you can never really get a little bit too slow about your opponent. Sometimes they're going to be able to pull off miracles that you have not even expected. Hermione, he could just pull off his own miracle here if he's able to get this kill down on Aceron, but this is just not going to be an easy kill. Not just yet, because Aceron, he can easily go in for it, but he doesn't check up top. Aceron, you need to check the corner properly, my dude, and he pays the ultimate price for it, but still at the same time, Azmain's going to be able to get that revenge kill down for his buddy Aceron. 4 versus 4 on the map, ladies and gentlemen. The push has not yet come out down through just yet, and this could easily be a swing that they could win out here if they do play their cards properly. 4 versus 4 on the map. So let's see what they do, because it seems like a rotation down towards that A side, but hey, that's fine. He's causing a lot of noise down towards that B side instead, and that is going to pull a lot of the rotations, still being able to hold down on towards that B side, with only Liam being the one to try and maybe go in for a retake. And he's going to be able to get that kill down on the Scar, but still, it's a 3 versus 3 situation, and they don't have any guns to work.
Make it a 2 versus 3, and Naruto is gonna take down Repulse as well. Super fast with the second one onto Sapin. It's all up to Gayum right now. Cannot do much with the classic. Naruto is gonna get that last track for himself. 8-6 to the scoreline. And now, onto the buy round for Abracadabra. I think the wise choice coming in from Team Ace could be going for that bonus buy. But Scar and Naruto, both of them not left with that much credits. Scar was left with 500 and Naruto only left with 50. On the other side, Ezreal is gonna pick up that Phantom for himself. I don't know how he got that money, but nonetheless, if it works out for his team, I have no complaints whatsoever. They're gonna once again try to play it slow, maybe pull out some rotations from Hermione especially. But no, I was kind of wrong. They're gonna go for this full-on execute onto A short, super fast. And Scar with the wall already out though with the volley placement. He's gonna take down Scar. With the second one onto Aceron. The race if is coming in handy for Caillou. Super fast though. At last with the trade. Delays, but Hermione with the judge is gonna take down Asmine. Naruto is all that's left onto U-Haul. He's gonna get taken down as well. It's all up to his 7 right now. As Repulse is just gonna spray him down while he was just jumping onto this B side carelessly.
There's not much that you could have really done there. A fast rush down towards the A side, yes, it can work out, but at the same time, you don't really have a lot of information to work with. And when you don't have that information, trying to go in for a push like that, it's going to be super dangerous. They need to try and rely on Naruto a little bit more to give them a little bit more information before they opt to go in for that rush. Uses drones, uses recon bolts, just try and play it a little bit more slower, because it feels as though the entirety of the side of Team Ace, they're rushing it down a little bit too much, and that's why they're hurting a lot here in a lot of these different engagements. But at the same time, Acerod and Hermione, this is the love story that's probably going to play out again here, ladies and gentlemen, and who's going to be the one to win everything out here? Will it be Hermione once again with his judge, or will it be Acerod with the one tap? Yeah, he's just not going to be able to get it. Maybe in an alternate timeline factor, he was able to get that kill, but the judge in this timeline, though, yeah, it's just a little bit too good, especially in the hands of Hermione.
So we'll ask Kang to actually tell us what happened in the alternate timeline, but after this timeline, Hermione is still holding strong onto Hookah, the judge, but Naruto on the other side is left with the classic. He does know the position of his of Hermione coming in from Aceron, still gonna check that left corner. Oh, Hermione is still waiting. He does see the gun barrel and he is gonna take him down. The judge comes in so handy in the map, bind especially, in those regions of U-Haul and Hookah as well. And Hermione, he's one of those players who doesn't, live by that all aim, no brain rule. He's more of like an all brain, but also all aim rule, but super fast. Getting the first frag, the entry, I suppose, for his team onto this B side. Asmine already onto elbow. This is so much region captured for Team Ace. They might just be able to pull this round off. Tap out with the smoke though. This just creates big problem for us. Tap out himself as Asmine is gonna take him down around to 26 HP. Why would he push him like that? But no, Hermione with the 4K with the judge is gonna take down Scar in the end. We're seeing an 8-8 scoreline aggressive. This is getting intense every round after round. And none of the teams are actually looking to stop at once. They are going all in with those plays, with those clutches, with those counter ults, with those retakes, with those post plans. They're not looking to stop. And from the side of Team Ace, they're gonna have that buy round now. And this is the round that matters, I think. Aggressive. 8-8 is the scoreline. Both teams buying. I should say full buying. And this is going to be the determining factor moving on to the next rounds.
Completely agree with you there. The fact that there are so many changes coming on down through from both of these teams as soon as they try to approach a round, I feel as though this level of adaptability can be a double-edged sword, though, because you're constantly trying to adapt, you're constantly trying to switch out your different strategies to try and counteract what your opponents are doing. But the fact is, sometimes counteracting your opponents is not the best thing. Sometimes opting to go in for a fast rush of your own down towards one of those different sidelines. Differently, though, try and fake one side and then go in for a fast rush onto another. One person can easily fake the entirety of a side. You just said Naruto over there. He uses an owl drone and he uses a recon bolt. Instantly, someone's gonna swing that corner. But here it feels as though the side of Hermione, he wanted to do a little bit of a drive-by and just get a tiny little bit of information. You don't do that there, Hermione. I understand you're really confident that they're not going to be able to one-tap you, but imagine a situation where you did get one-tap. And hey, that probably did happen in the alternate town lane. So you never know, Baxter. Sometimes you gotta be sure about what you were doing, and that little bit of fun that Hermione is poking could have just been the end of him.
Well, it is Hermione in the end. Probably the best solo player in our country. But still, he is a human, so mistakes are to... mistakes will happen from any human. Azmine though lurking onto A side already, taking Hermione down to solo HP. He himself is down to 59 HP. Anyways, the smokes are gonna come out from easy tap out, trying to deny entry whatsoever, any entry whatsoever from the type of from the side of teammates. And Hermione snapping back onto Ace round with the Hunter's Fury. Only 9 seconds left on the clock. The spike is gonna go down. The recon ball comes out as well. Under so much pressure, but it's 7 super fast with those reflexes. He's gonna take both of them down. It's 7 with the 3K for himself. And just saving Team Ace from that disaster of a round, I should say, because they had no time at one point. Hermione with the recon, so much pressure under them. Kaiyum with the satchels as well, putting so much pressure from elbow. Ish 7, he had his cool. He calmed himself down, taking all 3 of them down in a matter of seconds and finishing out the round for Team Ace.
This was a really good round from the side of Team Ace. The fact that they were able to do this much in just the scope of one round just shows the level of adaptability and the IGL skill coming on down through from the side of Aceron. That's what I was meaning here. You don't need to try and pull off rocket science to try and pull off rounds. You just need to play Valorant, play it slow, play it steady, and then you can easily win everything out as soon as you go in for that rush at that very last second if you know where your opponents are. But at the same time, it feels as though Azmine, he's playing with fire once again, just like his fellow buddy Hermione, and things could just be a little bit bad for him. And Naruto is going to be able to spot out Shapin. And with that, that's going to be the first initial kill already going on down through. And that is going to be a really important kill as well here, Baxter. Because that was an operator death. Kaiyum smells out Aceron. He knew for a fact that maybe someone's going to be holding on down towards that angle. Opted to go in for a fake drop to try and maybe entice Kaiyum into trying to go in for that swing, but didn't opt to go in for it. Does get spotted out by the recon bolt. Actually did not get spotted out by the recon bolt, and with that Kaiyum, he's actually gonna throw out the showstoppers. Does get that first initial kill, but Aceron's already there. He's gonna done and dust everything. Hermione onto the back end. He doesn't know where to go. He doesn't know where to run. He's just stuck inside of that B side with a judge in his hand, but no one's gonna be coming towards him. That judge is not gonna get any form of value. It's gonna be a rotation play down towards that A side instead, with Aceron opting to go in for that flank down towards that A side to spawn. And now the real question is, will they actually wait for Aceron before they opt to go inside of Swan? Because this is very crucial. If they wait for Ace,
there is no time.
But
there is no time.
There is time. They can just wait it out for just a couple of more seconds. Azmine does get the first initial kill, and this can easily just go down through. Place out that wall, my man. He's actually going to be able to survive. Get the flag down as well. They're going to be able to survive. Ladies and gentlemen, that round was a little bit too close for comfort, but at the same time, hey, if it works, it works. Last 2 seconds, don't really worry about it because we're Team Ace, and we're going to be able to come out on top.
Dude, that is some next level coordination coming in from Team Ace, and the timing on that Star, patiently waiting for that volley to just fade away, and then out with the wall, getting that plant down. Hermione under so much pressure, he knew if he could get the planter, he was gonna win the round. But Azmine and Aceron knew as well. They were covering her actually, so perfectly with that ult from Azmine as well. And there's not much that Hermione could have done at that situation. But this time around, we do see this save, half by I should say, coming in from Abra, Dabra, Sheriff, Marshall, actually 3 Sheriff, a Marshall, and a Frenzy coming out from them. On the other side, team is looking so good on their money side of things. As Asmine is gonna get the first frag onto easy tap out. The smoke is already down, but what is this play coming in from Acer and Repulse? They do not spot each other. Repulse with the flank might even take out Scar. He's gonna miss all of his shots. He had just connect one of his shots. That was, as you say, too close for comfort. For Repulse, missing almost every one of his shots onto Scar, but in the end, he does connect and take her down. Not really for situation. Hermione with the Sheriff. We know it is Hermione, but he only has a Sheriff, so yeah, that was supposed to happen. Osman going super aggressive onto CT. He's gonna take him down with a nice 4K coming out from him. What are these eco 4Ks coming out from Osman? He just ensures that his team does not lose save rounds coming in from Abracadabra.
This is a really good round from the side of Team Eastern. The fact that, yes, there was an equal, ladies and gentlemen, I know that for the side of Abracadabra, but these equal rounds, they need to start counting. This is where the crunch time begins when you are on the losing side. 11 and 8. It's do or die here. It's either go big or go home right here and right now. This is the last buy that you're going to get. It's the last operator that you're going to be able to afford. And Chapin, he needs to get a lot of value out of it. And already you can see that all the members on the side of Abracadabra, they're playing it a lot more defensively. Other than Chapin, of course. Chapin is one of those players that will always play aggressively as soon as he gets an operator in his hand. But other than him, everyone's playing it a lot more slower. They understand that, hey, we cannot be over-aggressive here, because if we're a little bit too over-aggressive, we could just be the one ending everything out, but at the same time on towards the back, and Chapin with his own aggressive peak, it's going to be able to hold a very forward angle there. With that forward angle being held, they're easily going to be able to hold it down. Hermione, the timing is going to be in his favor. He did not wait in that corner. He knew for a fact that, hey, I smell an Ish7 coming around this corner. Goes in for that swing. Easily is going to be able to tap him one down out. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, this is probably going to be a round going in the favor of the side of Team Abracadabra. Finally, they have their mojo back. Finally, they understand that, hey, we know that the entirety of Team Ace, they like to play it this slow. They like to play it this defensively. And if they like to play it like this, let's just play it slower ourselves. Let's just try and take aggressive angles, so when they are trying to push in slowly, we can easily catch them off guard and then take them down. But at the same time, they need to be careful, because this B side is already stacked. And it's either going for a rotation play right now, or it's pretty much already over, because Iceman, he's on the other side. He's on the A side itself to try and survive. But yeah, just not going to be able to do anything. Shapin's going to take him out. 2 versus 5 situation on the map. It's better to just go in for a save, man. Just don't go in for that swing. Tap out's going to get one. Shapin's going to get his 3rd kill. With that, it's going to be 11 and 9 on the scorecards here, Paxter. And this round, I don't know. Like, it just felt very lackluster. It felt as though Team Ace, they were like a headless chicken running around all over the place.
Yeah, exactly. From the moment Shafin getting that first flag onto Naruto, and Ace7 getting picked up by Hermione, they were just so confused, and time was just running away. They were not looking at that clock. And Aceron, in the end, trying to force that a B side, got punished for it immediately. His teammates had to rotate, and on the other side, Safin with the operator taking Asmine down as well. It was all falling apart for Team Ace. This time around, both of the teams once again going for those full buys. Asmine on the operator once again. Safin as well. This aggressive angle onto short, missing his shot.
Yeah, that's a miss.
He has to fall back. That was nicely played from Ish7 and Scar with those double pick coming in. Those jumpings as well. Aceron just creating pressure onto Kaiyum, but no!
Oh my god, that's collateral.
He's gonna get 2 of them. He's gonna get Scar as well. 2v5 situation. 1v5 situation for his mind right now. As the Astra, he has to cross this one out to get to the match point. But he has been spotted out by that road, and he is gonna be spammed out by easy tap out to get that 10th round on the board for Abracadabra. That was a really quick round coming in from them, especially credits to Kaiyum. I think the mistake was from Aceron. He was just trying to go a little bit fancier to that U-Haul position, leaving his teammates Ish7 unguarded, and that's when Kaiyum picked it up, took both of them down, and the planter as well, and taking the round in the end for his team. 10-11 is the scoreline, and there's no stopping any of the teams right now aggressive. Both of the teams once again going for those buys. From the side of Islam though, it's a buy coming out from them. 4 Spectres and a Marshal coming out from Azmine.
Yeah, this can work out in their favor, but at the same time, it's better to just opt to go in for a full save on this round, because you do need to remember, if they do save here, they're still gonna have enough of a buy to play for that match point and then force their opponents on their last legs as well. That would have been the better plan here, but going in for small buys like this can work out in their favor, or it could backfire heavily. And as of right now, it's not backfiring just yet, but with that ultimate coming on down from the side of Tap Out, I honestly thought that was just gonna be a kill, but hey, I believe that Scar is gonna be able to survive. They have to tell the tale in another day with the shock dart!
Oh!
Hermione doesn't even need a shock dart, just needs to swing that corner with his judge and take down one. Hermione's actually gonna be able to take down another one. Azmine does take out Hermione, but hey, he does get traded down towards the back, and Scar is stuck in an impossible situation. 2 guys on his left, 1 guy on his right. They know where he is. And Quiet, just to add insult to injury, threw out a satchel, and he's like, hey, hold this for me. Scar's like, oh no. Well, it's time for me to head out. See you guys in the next round.
Chuckles, I'm in danger. Scar, there's nothing much he could have done at that point. 5 HP, 3 guys surrounding her. But nonetheless, it was a nice round coming out from Abracadabra, especially once again Qayyum and Hermione are the one pulling those shots. Hermione with the judge. No one really expects, from a player like Hermione to pull out the judge. But when the time calls for it,
oh,
it does
nice
have to do
shot!
it. And Safin with the first flag for the side of Abracadabra.
He's like, time to just dip, man. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, he's just vaping it all away. Right, his anger, his aggression, but already on the back foot. Team Ace, they do have a lockdown to play with from the side of Tier 7, but Hermione with the Hunter's Fury and Qayyum with the Rocket as well. I think that would be a very risky play coming out from Team Ace. Repulse and Hermione, only players that are left in this B region, is looking for that first pick. Repulse does not have any information whatsoever. Aceron is walking up, but no, Repulse timing does not connect for Aceron, as Repulse will take him down. Tier 7 does spot him out, but cannot go for that trade. He knows there is a tripwire just protecting Repulse from that push. He is gonna jump over that, but Repulse with the camp setup, he's gonna know about this information. He is holding this angle onto Tier 7, but whoa, Tier 7 with his super fast reflexes is gonna take him down. Instead, Hermione is the only player that's alive onto this hookah region in this B side. He is trying to go for this aggressive peak. Scar though with the rotation. There's only 12 seconds left. If he can get this right now, it's all over. It's all over for Team Ace. We are heading on to match point, as the scoreline will be 12-11 in favor of Abracadabra. Hermione going super aggressive. Judge as well, but no, Tier 7 knows it. He's running super fast for his life. Only so little HP left on him, but he still manages to save that Phantom for himself. Match point. Team Ace not looking good from their money side of things. I don't think Aceron can go for a buy. Azmine maybe has to opt for a capsule as well. But from the side of Abracadabra, they're looking strong. It is a do or die situation for both of the teams, kind of. Not really for Abracadabra, as they will be heading into overtime even if they lose this. But if Team Ace loses this, it's all over for them. Abracadabra with the win in a 13-11 scoreline, and I do hope that it actually does not happen, because I am enjoying this match so much. It is just getting so intense right now, aggressive.
I completely agree with you there. These two teams, they're not letting off the gas pedal for even a second, but at the same time, this is going to be a fast rush heading on down over towards this B side instead. But now it's going to be the real question, will this side of teammates actually opt to go in for this rush, or are they going to be playing it slow? Because you do need to remember, the Hunter's Fury is still present from the side of Hermione. And the fact that he does have the Hunter's Fury, things could just go south immediately if they are not careful. Good lineup from the side of Naruto. It's actually going to be able to reveal the entire side almost, other than inside of Q. But now with the ult coming on out from the attacker side, and Killjoy tap out gets tapped out by Azmine on towards the back end, and with the attacker Killjoy ultimate causing so much damage. How the hell do you get away with this Repulse? Repulse gets killed by his own teammate. It's completely fine. Hermione gets another kill down onto Aceron. It's all fine and dandy, ladies and gentlemen, because Repulse, he got those 2 kills, and his buddy Osmine's like, nope. I'm not gonna let you die to the opponent. I'm gonna put you out of my misery, my dude. Don't really worry about it, but at the same time, you gotta worry about Osmine making his push down from inside of this corner. They know for a fact that he has to be there. He's gonna be opting to go in for a couple of pop shots, and with this, the entirety of the B side has been completely opened up. Osmine opting to go in for that swing. Chopin's not gonna be able to hit that flick though. And now it's a 2 versus 2 retake situation. Hermione's gonna be able to get that first initial kill down on the Osmine, and it's all up to Naruto. Will he be able to close this one out? It's gonna be the real question. Opting going for that swing. He's gonna be able to take down the raid boss. Hermione takes a back seat, and now Chopin with only 49 HP, 1 versus 1 on the map, ladies and gentlemen. They don't know where they are, but Chopin, he's not clearing out the angles properly. He should know for a fact that he is holding down from the angle of elbow, because there is no other angle that you can hold here. They're playing it slow, they're playing it smart. The defuse is also going to be going on down through, and Naruto's easily going to be able to pull this one out. He should have just cleared out the angle completely. He plays the price for it with his whole life here. And Naruto, he gets a beautiful clutch for the side of Team A. They keep their hopes and dreams alive, and we're going to be heading on down over on the overtime here, ladies and gentlemen. Naruto, against all the odds, is going to be able to get that clutch, shut everyone down. With that, ladies and gentlemen, the action is just not over just yet for the first initial match of the day. Team Ace and Team Abra, they're pulling up magic tricks that we didn't even know was possible here in the game of Valorant.
Well, and just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we're on to the first overtime of range duels, and I don't think we're gonna stop there in this match. These two teams, they're not looking to stop in any way whatsoever. Hermione and Asmine both getting 30 plus frags. They're just going crazy onto their opponents. Hermione, once again, he has the confidence. He is gonna go for that drive push onto Ish7, but Ish7, being the smarter guy, he's gonna be falling back and hopping off those swarm nades as well, denying any entry whatsoever onto Hookah, but in the end they do have Hookah control right now. Asmine with the operator from CT. I don't think Safin and his teammates are gonna be expecting that. Asmine is gonna miss his shot. Naruto and Ish7 is all that's left onto Octagon right now, as 3 players from Abra are rushing onto him. Naruto, can he connect his shots? Repulse is gonna go for that reload, giving me a lot of information to Naruto. Ish7 is gonna leave that post. It's Naruto all alone right now. In a
he gets these 2 kills, dude.
Unbeaten situation onto Octagon. No, he will not be connecting his shot. Repulse though is gonna get 2 for himself. Super fast. He's gonna get that trade, but Safin clapping back onto super fast. Asmine with the smoke is gonna take down Safin as well. Aceron is all that's left in a 1v2 situation. Hermione is gonna spot him out, but does not get the kill. Kayum does get it in the end. And the first round of first overtime in this matchup goes to Team Abracadabra. They just went in for a rush, and I think what the turning factor in that round was that rotation coming in from Ish7. I don't think he should have left his teammate Naruto in that position all isolated for Repulse to get that free kill, and then Repulse with that momentum as well, he took down another player from Team A, and that's when things started to fall apart for Team A.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a questionable play coming on down through from the side of Ish, but I guess it was fine. He trusted Naruto to easily go in for that kill, and that was a kill that he really should have gotten as well. If Naruto just got that first initial kill down on the Repulse, things would have been a lot more different here. The storyline for the side of Team Ace would be them actually sitting on down over towards match point. But at the same time, I like that play from Ace. I'm going to use that actually in my own matches. That actually is an interesting way to use the satchel, and also a good way of getting a forward angle for yourself. And with that, the entirety of the side of Team Ace, they're situating themselves over towards the angle of showers, a couple of them towards the side of A short, but the A short push, just look at their positions. They're not even close there. Are they actually opting to go in for a rotation play instead? Because they're playing it so slow that I don't really know what their plan is. Do they want to go in for a rush or go in for a rotation instead?
They have been playing like this, all of that attacking half, but this time around, I think they might just be hitting the A side. Ace not going for a fake maybe onto Hookah. That might just work out for them, as 3 players are already into this B side. Another rotation might come in from Hermione, but I think he is smart enough to read this fake coming in from Aceron. And the A side is being hit. The judge comes into play. They know about it, but they're still gonna rush into it.
Oh, no.
The collateral coming in from him. Ish7 though getting that trade onto Hermione. That's a big gun out from the side of Abracadabra. Asmine with the trade onto Kayum as well. Plant is gonna go
10
down from
seconds
its
left.
7 3
Spike
3 situation.
planted.
Easy tap out, repulse and Tapman is all that's left from the side of Abracadabra. They have to retake the side from Aceron, Ish7, and Asmine.
It's all right here and right now. 2 players remaining. Will they be able? 3 players, sorry, actually remaining. Will they be able to clutch everything out? Will they be the difference maker here, ladies and gentlemen? Tap out does get that first initial kill. Chopin's not gonna be checking in his corners, but at the same time, it's just repulse and tap out. They're alive. They're gonna be kicking. One jumping on the top, one at the very bottom. And ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna crown the kings and we're gonna crown the champions here. This is gonna be the second win on the board for the side of Team Abracadabra, ladies and gentlemen. They take it all away. They bring it all back in their favor. And even though they were losing out so heavily at the middle of the match, both of these teams, they performed so admirably. But the first overtime in the entirety of Ranged Duels here, ladies and gentlemen, was won out by the side of Team Abracadabra. They take it all away. They're going to be the ones sending the side of Team Aceron back home. But at the same time here, Faxer, I believe that all of these teams, like all these players, sorry, are going to be able to pat themselves on the back and say that, hey, we tried our best and we performed admirably throughout the entire game.
Yeah, exactly. And moving on to the scoreboard right now, Asmine with 34 frags for himself. This man was on a roll tonight. Just below him is Hermione with 31 for himself. I didn't expect him to pop that off anyways. And we've got Ish7 Kayum as well onto 20 plus kills, along with Aceron. Behind him is Easy Tap Out, Repulse, and Safin with 16, 16, and 14 kills for themselves. And Naruto with 12 kills. It's gonna be that defining factor, determining factor for their loss, I suppose. Team Aceron, if he could have performed a little better, maybe get some more kills in our bag as well, I think it would have been a different outcome than what we just saw right now. But I'm sure she tried her best, and that's that's all she's gonna get for tonight. But nonetheless, a very nice performance coming out from Abracadabra, especially from Hermione and Caillou.
Yeah, these 2 players, they performed so beautifully. The amount of swings that they were taking and the amount of engagements that they were winning, even though they were in a 2 versus X situation every single time, just goes to show that the level of teamwork, coordination, and gameplay and training, they've been actually putting into a lot of their matches. They're actually playing really well together as a team, even though when you consider the side of Team Ace to be full of superpowers such as Asmine, Aceron, and of course Ish. These guys, they have a lot of coordination and synergy, but coordination and synergy from only 3 players are always not going to be the thing that wins you out on a lot of your different engagements. When you consider the side of Abracadabra together as a whole, as a team, they're not just holding onto one superstar player. It's not just Hermione. There are a lot more other players that you can really count on. Repulse and Easy Tap Out just completely demolished the entire server, being one of the backbones for the team. You always consider the star fraggers, but you never really consider the backbones, which is going to be moving on down forward in this entire tournament. Everyone needs to look out on towards this player, on these 2 players, sorry. Repulse and Tap Out could just be the players that causes the entirety of the match flow to change in a matter of seconds, because the fact that no one's looking at these players could be the reason why a lot of these teams are actually losing. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, exactly. You do not want to underestimate the support roles coming out from any team, I suppose, from anywhere in the world. As you mentioned, Tap Out and Repulse, they were not getting those 4K aces, but what they were doing is bringing in those impactful frags for their team. Easy Tap Out with 3 first bloods. Remind me the time when you saw Brimstone getting 3 first bloods for himself. I cannot remember, but they were also the determining factor from the side of Abracadabra, and there's no way moving on to the next stages of the tournament, any team is gonna be underestimating them.
Completely agree with you there. But at the same time, hey, this is just the first initial match of the day, ladies and gentlemen. We are not going to be going anywhere just yet. We're going to be heading on down over to the next game soon enough. And that game is going to be the side of Offline Raiders going up against the side of Team Mawk. And you don't really want to miss this, because we know for a fact that Team Mawk and both Offline Raiders, they have a lot of memes. They have a lot of fun times in store for us. And hey, they're going to be hitting a lot of headshots as well. So don't miss out on any of that action. Make sure to hit the like button and hit the subscribe to get notified when we do go live. But hey, we'll be back with it real shortly with the next initial match. We'll catch you in just a little bit.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back once again to Range Duels, and this time it's gonna be Team Mawk going up against Offline Raiders in the map of Icebox. Team Mawk on the defensive side, and Offline Raiders going for the attacking side. Now, talking about both of these teams, they are filled with star fraggers. From Team Mawk, we've got Bluetooth on the Jet, Mawk on the Reyna, and Maddox on the Sentinel. Lizardo, I feel like he sometimes goes for those solo plays, or sometimes he also plays the smoke as well. And Spike Eggs, he's also one of those flex characters in their team. And on the other side, Offline Raiders, we've got LRX Red, the main jet player of the team. We've got Z Offline himself leading from the front, who likes to pick that raise, but in the map of Icebox, I'm not really sure how much effective that's actually gonna be. Pairing up with them is gonna be Red Bro,
I'm not in range.
Lucia, and Kraken TV, who are also as well as good as both of those players. So it's gonna be a really fun match to watch till the end. What are your thoughts on this, Justin?
Well, I did see a team offline raiders against the top fixers yesterday recently, so I'm really looking down to their strategies because definitely they have a lot of showstoppers, if I might. Because if I call them gifted players, I think that's not a very big term for them because they just know how the game is, and definitely they are really gonna be very, very effective and vigilant when it comes to taking the fight head to head. And I think this time around they are not gonna be an exception. And for Team Mawk, well, Mawk himself is a very dangerous player, I must admit. Well, he is a very dedicated fragger, and along with him there is Lutu, there is some more star players as you mentioned. So definitely it is gonna be one heck of a matchup, Faxer. I'm really looking down to the action, and not to mention, these players are, well, they are definitely pro players at times, but aside that, some of them they're kind of casual players. Some of them are, content creators. Some of them are the public faces, if I might. So when we see these guys together, it kind of feels that we're gonna be seeing something out of the board. And this is Icebox, as you did mention. So wait, I think it is. I think as far as I know, the match should be fine. But I
It is
think
actually it is actually
okay.
Icebox, and as you're talking,
Actually, I think
I'm
that's a mess up with that. Yeah, exactly. Well, shout out to our boy Costa, the admin here. Back to you, Baxter.
yeah. What I'm interested in is the fight that's gonna take place between Bluetooth and Mr. LRX Red. Oh, never mind. Is Red even playing? I guess he is actually playing, and what I'm interested about this is because both of these players, they're really good on the jet, and in the last match, both of them were the match MVPs. So seeing these two fight head to head, it's gonna be really fun to watch. And I hope that these two bring their A game tonight, because for Team Mog, they're pretty comfortable in this situation as they have already qualified to the next stage, winning two of their three matches at the start of this tournament. But from the side of Offline Raiders, they did lose to wannabe streamers. But when their match came with the Fixers, they still won it. And now, in a desperate situation, they have to win this match if they want to actually qualify for the next stages in range duels. But even though the pressure's actually on Offline Raiders, Team Mog would still want to get this win for themselves because it would put them in a better position, and the confidence they will be taking onto the next stage is going to be very vital for them. As we are moving on to the agent selection screen, Bluetooth already locking in the Jet Maddox on the stage. I thought for surely he would go for the Killjoy in this map, but nonetheless he does go for the Sage Spike Eggs maybe on the Viper. I do feel like Viper is a little bit better than any other controller in the map of Icebox. And
Definitely.
I think Lizardo will be going for that Sova. But on the other side, offline Raiders, we've got Kraken TV, the Yoru player from their team. He does not like to entry that much, but what he does is getting those lurks in as well. So if we can work that out, I have no complaints with that Euro pick coming in. Illusia maybe going for that
Yep.
Sage pick. Mark said, no, you're not gonna play human, are you? I I thought for surely he's gonna pick the jet, but the offline, as I said, he likes to play that race. But what I'm concerned about the effectiveness
Select
and
your
the
agent.
efficiency that he is gonna be bringing to the table in this map, especially with Raze. What are your thoughts on this, Cristo?
Well, I do agree, but at the same time, I think from the side of offline raiders, there is some kind of a miscommunication because I thought Illusia is going to be going for the Viper, but I guess this is how they want to play it. Well, I know my boy Illusia is kind of a boomer guy, and that's why he is going to be opting to go for the boomer man, and definitely the Brimstone is really not the end of the world. I think we are going back to the lobby, question mark, or is it? I think I just heard the sound of the lobby returning, theme. That's only if I might. I'm not quite sure. But as I was saying, well, no, actually, no, it was a bug after all. So basically, in the end, yeah, the Viper pick, it's concerning, but the Brimstone, it's kind of a question mark from my side because you rarely see a Brimstone in action. But I guess the players of alternators have it planned and they want to put some extra spices there because in content creators match, sometimes players can be trying to have fun, and while they are trying to have fun, they can be unpredictable, and sometimes unpredictability can be your best weapon. And I think that attackers will be really, really, you know, relying on that because there is a Yoru as well. You did mention that, and yeah, Yoru. I wouldn't say he is a with bad duelist, but definitely there is better alternatives. But in the right hands, Yoru players can be a very big hassle because Euro players can get in your nerves because of those transformations and so on. Yes, there is a flashes as well. There is ultimate which will make sure that he is going as the stealthy tiger, even though he is not a tiger, but still he is going Euro in.
Party's
And we are
over.
going to be seeing things are starting up. Thanks to Bluetooth, the offline will be going offline. He will be tagged though, but there is no potential refresh coming in. Mawk will be able to open things up for himself, and looks like it's all of the duels here, and they will just get killed one after one. And Lizardo is gonna go for the swing as well, and he will eliminate LRX Red in a very quick start on the side of the defenders. I thought they will be going hyper aggressive, but I did see Mawk and Bluetooth played comparatively defensively, and that is also commendable because on the map of Icebox, when you are seeing that attackers pushing on A, there is a lot of angles for the attackers to be worried about, and you can take that in your advantage and make sure that they have the benefit of the doubt, and you can pick them up one by one. And that's exactly what happened there, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely not a very bad start from the side of the offline, but they are definitely offline raiders. But definitely they will have to go for an eco head, which is gonna be applicable here. And an eco, I always say going for a rush is really commendable, and I think they will do just that. And seems like Team Mawk has predicted that successfully as they will be walling off the main entrance, but still they are going to be able to vault on top of the containers, and they will just move in. But there is a lot of utility being used. There is a slow as well, and eventually the players of operators will be falling back. LRX Red will start things off by eliminating Maddox, so that is the stage of the world. A very important kill, and there's going to be a follow-up. Yeah, paying attention onto the whole area, and he will be taking out the effects coming down from Lizardo and Spicy Cake. But there is so much Lizardo can do. There is Rabindranath Thakur once said that switching to your pistol is always faster than reloading, but unfortunately he didn't have any ammo to work with, and now it is a 2v2 situation. Thanks to Guru actually. But not to mention Yoru is extremely low on HP, and he will have to be very safe here. But I think this. Oh my god, that wall man. He is on track tonight, and followed up by Spicy Cakes, Spike Cakes. They're gonna be able to secure that anti-eco run, but not to mention that attackers are able to cause and deflect a lot of damage. So that is on the bright side of the attackers. Well, I mean, offline raiders definitely, and they're gonna be going for the full buys here. The defenders, not a bad start, but as they lost 3 players, that can be a problem. But they are going for a bonus round with a Phantom in the hands of Lizard.
Weird buy coming out from Lizardo. All of his teammates are going for that bonus buy. They've got like 200, 400, sorry, 2,000, 4,000 credits left. But Lizardo with only 100 credits left, he has a Phantom. He can make it work. I have no complaints, but that's gonna be a long shot at best when you've got players like Z Offline, Mr. Red Bro, pushing you up onto this B side right now. The smokes are out from Illusia. And Z Offline ready with the nade is gonna clear that angle on the catch. And what is that from Z Offline? Someone check the moss on this guy. As he just took down Bluetooth through the smoke. Mawk though slapping back onto Dragon TV and Z Offline taking both of them down with the red shot coming in from the Spectre. Gets the Leer out as well. Does pick up a Vandal for himself. Spots out Red. The Leers are out from Red as well. Red Bro though on the other side is gonna take that flank coming in from Maddox. 3v3 situation. The retake is on the cards for Team Mawk, but Red with this crispy he's gonna take down Lizardo. Instead, Spike Eggs with the trade. Mawk with the classic is gonna take down Red. The Renner is comes in. Very low HP. Red Bro is gonna get it taken down as well with the classic, and a 4-kill comes in from Mawk. The third round is on the board for Team Mawk. What a clutch that was from him.
Mawk, well, I knew that he uses high sensitivity on his game, and he's gonna be making sure that everybody else understands that how much of a high DPI or in-game sense he uses, and despite of that, he goes for such good plays. And I must admit, those flicks were crispy, and so was his play. That 4K is definitely gonna be boosting the momentum and the motivation of their teammates. Well, from the side of the attackers, well, it was a good start though. The match itself was very bloody. I must admit, the attackers brought the fight to a 1v1, but Mawk himself was making sure that he is going to be making the plays, and through the smoke as Z Offline. You did mention that Z Offline's mouse needs to be checked, but I think Mawk, well, he's not going to be an exception, but definitely he is going for the legit plays, and now we are going for the side of Z Offline leaders. Actually, I'm just mentioning the team leaders again and again. So Offline Raiders is going for the eco here, and they should be able to take some couple of rounds and possibly kill this well. And looks like Illusia is actually on a very good streak here, because he is being hyper aggressive, being the boomer, but still he's getting away with it. But this time around, Mawk is going to be able to bait out 2 players on the kitchen area, followed up by Lizardo as Red Bro will fall. It's a 2v4 situation, still duel over the attackers, but now this is going to be a duo situation for the Euros. He does have the spike, but with the classic, so much he can do. He can try to recover a gun at most, but for that he will have to win a gunfight at least. And there is the jump coming in. Well, that's actually the flash, but I don't think that was very effective because Mawk is trying to evade that, and seems like Mawk knows exactly where he was because the flash were coming down, and there is a crossfire setup by Spike Cakes, and we will be seeing the Sova going for some friendship dances on the bodies. 4-0's the scoreline, not a bad start from the side of Team Mawk. Well, they can take one more round in their favor, but there is one problem, ladies and gentlemen. Offline Raiders can risk this round, and after that they will have another round to go for the buys because of the lose bonuses. But after that, if they cannot keep up their momentums, or if they just keep losing rounds, the match itself will push to a point of no return because the economy boost is not going to be available, and definitely things are really is going to be going in favor of Team Mawk.
Base coming in from Z Offline, but Blizzard last round, there was a lot of DM coming in from him for only 4 rounds from Team Mawk. But I think he has the confidence to do it. Anyway, moving on to the 5th round, the B hit is all in from Offline Raiders. Red Bro trying to go for this plan. He's gonna get spammed down to 32 HP. That's what happens when you don't have a Sage in the map of Iceberg. You try to go for this B plan. You need a player to go super aggressive. You need that orange region control, and now out of every smoke, Illusia has nothing to do. He does have that orbital strike, and he's gonna take down Spikey with a clean headshot. I did teach that guy. Well, I'm proud of him at this point. Red though is gonna take down Mawk onto that B side. Maddox with the trade immediately swinging out to yellow. But Illusia and his mates are gonna hit this A side, and Z Offline with the luck is gonna take down Maddox. 2v4 situation. Bluetooth and Lizardo that's left. Lizardo though, this is more fun coming from him. He's gonna take down Illusia. Might even take down Red Bro, but no, he does cannot time it all. He does have 1 frag to his name. Bluetooth going for that wise decision, going for that save, but I just want to see my boy go for this clutch maybe, but no, I think he's doing the wise choice, going for this save. There's not much time left anyways, and he is up for a very long rotation. On the other side, Offline Raiders are gonna be trying to hunt him down, especially because of that operator pick coming in from him. We all know how dangerous this man is with the operator in his hands. And now on the hunt, Red Bro and Z Offline, I just can't get caught off guard. But nonetheless, it was still a nice round coming in from Offline Raiders as they get the first round on the board. 4-1 is the scoreline. with Team Mawk leading right now.
Mawk is still on the lead, but things are looking bright for the side of the offline or offline Raiders now, and they will have to make sure that they use this effect in their favor, and if they can create a snowball effect, they can make a comeback happen. Well, comeback is not going to be the applicable term here, ladies and gentlemen. Instead, it is going to be the equalization because we're only 5 rounds away from the game. And considering Team Mawk still able to go for a full buy with the saved operator, they will not have too much of a demotivation. And I think they're trying to keep themselves alive in that. Bluetooth, unfortunately, will be missing his shots, and Illusia is going to use a very impressive setup with those smokes because, yeah, I just mentioned I rarely see Grimstone plays in this map, even in ranked games, let alone tournament matches. And I must admit, Illusia knows exactly what he's up to, and he is making the plays happen, and so does Bluetooth. And there is going to be Mawk and Bluetooth trying to get some kills for themselves. But Bluetooth is going to be going hyper aggressive as he did go for the flame, but he will be, well, I cannot say it was traded off because it's all up to the Euro now. And eventually Maddox was gonna be around the corner and eventually he will secure 3 kills. And I really wonder what happened back there because the strategy itself for the attack side, it looked very promising. But once Illusia fell, the momentum of the attack just clustered into dust. And yeah, I'm really gonna be confused about that, and I really thought this should be doable, considering the entry was in, well, not necessarily the entry was in favor of the offline raiders, but still, it was promising, but looks like Team Mawk knows exactly how the players of the offline will be playing, offline raiders will be playing, and they have done their homework, and they are showing that they are responsible students, and now the players of Team Mawk are going hyper aggressive, and Mawk is gonna be being the smoke criminal, and I don't think he is spotted out here, and eventually he will be evaded, and he's gonna be following that hero, and he will secure the kill as well, and he will also use the dismiss to run away, but not too far away, he's gonna make it. Red will fall, Spike will find one, followed up by Illusia, so things are looking bright for offline raiders at the time being. Maddox will be eliminating Red, so that is one of the elephants of the room eliminated. Well, both teams has a very dedicated Reina player, and if you can get rid of them, well, that is pretty much a guarantee, and looks like the guarantee is in favor of both now, but it's all up to offline raiders, and unfortunately, a potato is going to be coming in from the side of Lizardo, and he will fall, but Bluetooth is not going to be a big fan of the French fries. He's going to be looking for the burger, and he will dome the head, well, not necessarily the headshot, and he just secured that kill, 6-1 was the scoreline. Things are really looking promising for the side of Team Mawk. I wouldn't count offline raiders out of the competition yet, but they will have to get their heads together because trust me, ladies and gentlemen, their strategies are something I've never seen, and it looks very promising.
Oh yeah, they do have the better alien pick, I would say. Team Mawk, they do have a Sage on the cards as well as a Viper. On the other side, offline raiders going for this Brimstone and no Sage pick.
My God,
It's gonna push them very hard, especially in this attacking time. And you can see that right now. Mawk though is gonna go aggressive, getting 3
Is
kills
he
for
going
it
for
home.
the A?
But
Yes.
no, Red is there to punish him for going aggressive. Red with the second one,
yeah.
nothing of a phantom for himself. He's gonna look for that pick onto Mawk, Maddox as well.
Oh,
But no,
that's so
immediate
sad.
trade comes in from Lizard. He was just out of any dismissals whatsoever, and he couldn't go back to a safe place after taking down Maddox. But still, that's a lot of damage done to Team Mawk. For Mawk, especially going super aggressive, he did get for the first 3 initial kills.
Well, definitely he did find the initial kills and the first bloods. And eventually he was looking for the ace as well, I think, if I'm not wrong. And he could have pulled this off, but Red was like, you know what, you got the 3k, but please stop right there. You are no match to the shots of my Sheriff, and he did put him down. And eventually he also found a couple of kills of his own, but unfortunately the clutch was not there. But good attempt though from Red. Considering it was an eco round, they were able to deflect a lot of damage. So the economy is really looking bright, but they will have to make sure that they are holding the line because 7-1 is a pretty tall gap, ladies and gentlemen. 6 rounds are really not, you know, an ignorable distance, if I might. 7-5 is the best they can do, and I think they will do that. Red is going to be going for that strike, and eventually he will be able to connect that. There is no snake bite coming in, but it's not going to be successful. Red is going to be able to secure a kill onto the Oblivious Reina, and now things are looking very bad. There is the alternates available from both sides, at least from the Viper and from the Jet, but none of them is going to be popping out. Bluetooth being the operator, he is making a lot of noise, and he's gonna be able to secure 2 kills in a very close quarter situation, and he's gonna go for the bait with the cloudburst, and I think he might be able to go for a half defuse, and he will do just that, and he is gonna be running away, and which will give him a lot of reading zone to work with. The spike itself takes 7 seconds to defuse, and he has already secured 3.5 out of it, and he's going for the defuse though, but I don't think the shot is connecting. Oh my god, this is not happening, ladies and gentlemen. Mawk is gonna be popping some haha in the chat, because definitely it was a ninja defuse coming in from the jet. 8-1's the scoreline. And what was that round, ladies and gentlemen? Unfortunately, the Sova could not connect the shots. Well, the cloudburst was used so precisely, so accurately. With an operator, he secured 2 kills on a post plan, and then he went for the defusal. That is gonna literally demolish the momentum and the motivation of offline raiders. This is really gonna be hard to recover from that.
Well, what I'm confused about is they had a Hunter's Fury, they had an Orbital Strike, but they did not use it. 3-stack coming out.
Did you see that brain Dexter?
I certainly did not. But moving on to the round 3 situation, the trades have come in. Manox, the only player right now on this side, has to defend it all alone. He is gonna be opting for that retake. That's the same option for him right now. Takes down Red Bro as well. This is so big for his team. As it is in a 3v2 situation, he does have the revive as well. If he is confident enough, he can go for the revive. But Lizard though is just gonna peek on second TV. But Red is coming in from him. But no, he cannot do much after taking down Maddox. Lizard instantly with the trade. Telfan retrieved that operator back for Bluetooth. He must be so mad right now. Talking from personal experience, guys. But moving on to the 11th round of the one is the scoreline. Such a dominating performance coming out from Team Mawk. And Bluetooth once again picking up that operator. See of offline raiders. They have 3 duelists at hand. And so far they've only gotten 1 round in this attacking half. If they actually want to excel in this match and maybe in the end even win it, they really need these last 2 rounds in the first half of this match. Bluetooth though is gonna start off things, taking down Fugia. But no, Red just might catch him off guard with those dashes and Abra coming in. He will not be able to get the kill. Mawk though with his aggressive position over the screen. What was that? Miss?
God.
Just going over the head
Last round
just going over the head of Red Bro and just killing him from the back. He must be so
I wouldn't
right
call
now.
that a kill, Faxer. That was just deleting him from the server. Unfortunately, I know this sounds.
This is
awkward,
mind
but
torture, man. This is just literally mind torture for Red Bro. He did not know what was literally happening with him. And out of nowhere comes a bullet from Mawk, taking him down.
You know, Faxer, when Euro was introduced to the game, when the map of Icebox was introduced to the game, I thought they are taking the Riot games themselves are taking too much, inspirations from an anime. And trust me, I've never seen a Yoru player able to, transform himself as an anime character. I mean, not just in the transformation, but teleporting and etc. But Mawk, he's just getting kills after one after another, and wherever you go, he's gonna find you. Every single time, he is predicting the location so aggressively, accurately, and at the same time, he's also going for the perfect peaks. My God, this boy is talented, I must admit. And 11-1 being the scoreline. Oh my God, that is absolute domination. And you did mention, Faxer, the side of offline raiders are having a lot of duelists here. And once they are hitting the side of the defensive half, things are really not going to be easy for them, because at least when you are trying to defend this map, you need to have at least 1 sentinel, and that's nowhere to be seen. The only exceptions we see here is one Sova, who is the controller. We have, actually that is the initiator, excuse me, right there. And one Brimstone, the controller. And aside that, everyone's just going for all-out frags. And unfortunately, frags are the only thing which are not happening. This time around, it will be happening, but there is Mawk who will be able to trade off Z offline, sending him offline, and they are going the hyper-aggressive push once again. But the Reina, the Mr. Red, He's gonna be going for the rotation though. The flank is there. And I think he should be able to secure a couple of frags for himself and maybe able to secure the defusal and the plan going down as well. But now it's all up to him now. He will secure one, but there's three more players to find the Jet. He is low on HP, but Mawk is gonna be the first person he will have to encounter. And eventually it will just hit match point on the 13th round of the game. Mawk is excited. He's just showing some salt here. Well, definitely not surprised because this is Mawk. The Mawk knew for a very long time, and now this is match point for Team Mawk, and this is really gonna be hard for the defenders to take anything home because we can already see the attackers going for their own force wise with 3 phantoms.
Come on, let's
Fexer, take it away.
No, it is the match point, so they might as well just go
Phantoms,
for it.
3 phantoms. That's the elephant of the room in the end. But yeah,
They might as well just go for it, at this point. 12-1 is the scoreline. What else can we expect from them? But
Oh,
Red is
the
gonna punish
punishment.
Mawk for just going right there into the crosses of this Marshall coming in from Red. Lizard with the second one onto Red Pro. Bluetooth though going hyper aggressive onto Red. He's gonna take him down. Just gonna get raided though by Kraken TV. The Euro comes into play. See offline with one for himself. 2v3 situation already on the card. SpikeX and Lizard turning things around, and SpikeX will end it for himself, taking down Illusion in the end. 13-1 is the scoreline, and Team Mawk going to the second stage of range duels in style.
it definitely was a very stylish play from Team Mawk, and especially from Mawk, the leader of the team himself. 13-1 is an absolute domination coming in from the side of Team Mawk. Well, I really didn't expect such a one-sided match factor because you can see there's a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean an enormous number of talented players in the side of the offline raiders. I mean, Z Offline, being a streamer, I've seen him play. He's actually a very good player. Illusia, well, he's just a boomer. I'm just gonna be bullying here. But Red and Red Bro, I must admit, these players are really not understand. You cannot underestimate them. I guess they're just having a bad day, but in the end, Mawk, he just styled upon them. He just came away. He just Sasageos his way. I mean, I'm not a Attack on Titan fan here myself, ladies. I mean, I am a fan, but definitely I'm not a diehard fan. But the way he played it, like he is Eren Yeager, and he just came out and he just like, you know what? Yeah, you can be taking sides, but I am Eren Yeager, and I'm gonna be slaying you, you monster. The Titans were just down, and eventually they just took the victory as if it was gifted to them. I'm not gonna lie, it felt like that, but we can't complain about it. A very marvelous strategy coming in from the side of offline raiders though, because we did see they use the brimstone in a very successful manner, but in the long run, Team Mog just countered it just like they're just reading a book in the library. I don't know. I cannot put it a bit more, straightforward as like this, but it's just sad to see the offline going down. I mean, offline readers going down like this in such a, one-sided match. It's really heartbreaking for me as well, but I think it is how it is. We are really gonna be looking forward to the upcoming match, ladies and gentlemen. But do note, in the end, the players we are having available tonight, they are playing for fun because some of them are streamers, some of them are casters, some of them are my colleagues. Like there's admins, there's streamers as well, and so on. And sometimes they're match admins of range and etc. So it can be fun, and sometimes just the pro players find themselves in a adventure game of pointing and clicking. And Mock, it was just his day, and they are going to be moving up to the upper brackets of the tournament. And I did mention range, ladies and gentlemen, so do show some love to range, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, because this is just the first season of the quality esports content. We are going to be bringing some more in the upcoming days. But for now, we're going to be taking a break, ladies and gentlemen. The upcoming schedules are on your screen. So we are really going to be expecting your presence on the days. So till then, it was a long day for every single one of us. So we're going to be taking a break. So should you. We are really expecting your presence on the days to come. Take care. Good night. And off with the scene.